Break it down, my baby. Peace and love, It's your girl RedWine. RedWine with RedWine Entertainment. And I am coming to y'all tonight to show you a little bit. I haven't got too good with the videos yet, y'all, but be cool, main thing, don't panic. I want to talk about the government. The governments have descended to the level of mere private corporations. The government has descended to a level of mere private corporations. I speak about corporations a lot. It's the Clearfield Doctrine. This doctrine right here, y'all, is very important for what we're seeing today. Alright? It says the Supreme Court noted statute Clearfield Trust Company versus United States 318 U.S. 363-371-1942. Whereas defined pursuant to the Supreme Court annotated statute Clearfield Trust Company versus United States 318 U.S. U.S. Let me get that right. U.S. All right. 363-371-1942. Governments descend to a level of mere private corporation and take one of the characteristics of mere private citizens. Where private corporate commercial paper, which are Federal Reserve notes, and securities and checks is concerned for purpose of suit. Such corporations and individuals are regarded entities entirely separate from the government. Okay, so what that means is that when you're dealing with these corporations, and then you're dealing with that individual that's claiming to be representative of that corporation or that agency or that business, they're not a government when it comes down to using Federal Reserve notes. If they have to use the green dollar bill, the Federal Reserve bank note, then they're treated as a separate entity from their government. What the Clearfield Doctrine is saying is that when private commercial paper is used by corporate government, then government loses its sovereignty status and becomes no different than a mere private corporation. Alright? Alright. As such, government then becomes bound by the rules and laws that govern private corporations, which means that if they intend to compel an individual to some specific performance based upon its corporate statutes or corporate rules, then the government, like any private corporation, must be holder in due course of a contract or other commercial agreement between it and the one upon who demands for specific performance are made. Okay? Forgive me, you guys. I'm trying to read and do all this at the same time. I will get better. Pay attention right now, though. Okay? And further, the government must be willing to enter the contract of commercial agreement into evidence before trying to get the court to enforce its demands, called statutes. This case is very important because it is a 1942 case that was decided after the United States Corporation Company, which is called capitalized, filed its certificate of incorporation in the state of Florida, July 15, 1925, and it was decided after the corporate government agreed to use the currency of the private corporation, the Federal Reserve. The private currency, the Federal Reserve note, is still in use today. All right, and so that's a brief history of when you look at today and what's going on, you guys. We see a lot of things going on with people that are in a government, and we got to understand that governments do not work for people. They don't get paid to do that, and the people are the government. All right. Enforcement of these corporate statutes by local, state, and federal law enforcement officers or unlawful actions being committed against the sovereign public, and these officers can be held personally liable for their actions. Bond versus United States, 529 U.S. 334-200. Okay, and that means that when you're dealing with a corporation and that they're using Federal Reserve notes, then they can be sued in their private capacity. Okay.
Break it down, my baby. Break it down, my